Greetings, our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall. Your watchman, Israel. Sons and daughters of Zion, it is our Sabbath. Grab that King James. But first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to the whole family. Happy Sabbath, Israel. Now that being said, we're going to go forward into our teaching. My brothers and sisters, as always, we have a fine teaching. And we're dealing with the book of Revelation. And as I had spoke on a couple weeks back and also last week, that we're going to shred this New Testament. We're going to show you that the book of Revelation is nothing more than a bunch of bullshit. And as I always say, all I want you to do is just think about what you're reading. See, what happens to us most of the time is that we allow someone else to talk to us and then tell us how to think. You know what I mean? And then they come along and then read this bullshit to you, and then you say, yeah. But listen, I'm asking you. All I want you to do is just think. Think about the word and just think about what you're reading. And like I say, the Most High will give you a clear understanding. No doubt about it. I know that the Most High will give you an understanding. All you got to do is you just think about it. That's all I ask of you. Think about what you're reading. And then you will get a clear understanding. Now let us go forward into our teaching here. We're going to be coming out of the book of Revelations, as I said, the 6th chapter. Now let us begin reading here. It says, and I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it was the noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast saying, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat on to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast cry, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Now, I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to read it all, then come back and then try to decipher it, where you understand. Now, my brothers and sisters, as I asked you, I asked you to think about what you're reading. Think about it. Think about what is being said. Now, my brothers and sisters, the individual that wrote this bullshit, back in his day, that's all he knew was a motherfucker riding a horse. Now, who gonna ride a horse this day and age? That's what I want to ask. Any of the Christians out there that think that this bullshit here is real, who in the hell is gonna come riding the fucking horse this day and age? We got fucking flying machines. I mean, if you look at it, you can see the writer did not have vision of a future of things changing from that time. He wrote telling you about his vision as far as he could see in his mind, the things that he was familiar with. But he never thought about a new technology age, so he couldn't write about it. So he wrote about this bullshit here, about somebody coming back riding a fucking horse. How stupid is that? My brothers and sisters, You guys remember when Satan smoked Job with boils and sores? Was he riding a horse or was he walking? Was he riding a horse or was he walking? He told the Most High he was walking to and fro, up and down through the earth. Not riding no bullshitting ass horse. But here you see all these different individuals riding these so-called horses, pale horses, black horses, red horse. Listen, that is nothing more than bullshit, something that somebody dreamt up in their fucking head. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to show you, like I always do, this is nothing more than a bunch of bullshit. That's all it is. All you got to do is use a little common sense and just think. And don't let any other motherfucker think for you. Think for yourself. That's what I tell you guys every week. We got the week. We got the week. I want you to think for yourself. Don't be in the adolescent stage, juvenile stage. I want you to think like an adult and think intelligent. Who in their right mind gonna believe some bullshit like coming back riding a horse? That doesn't make any sense at all. Now, if they came back riding a flying machine, that's a different story. Because we know we're living in a technological, very advanced stage and time now. So all he could do is talk about what he envisioned back in that time. This shit does not fit the criteria of today. It doesn't. And believe me, this bullshit is not going to happen. Now, y'all stay with me, and I'm going to prove to you, just like I always do, this is nothing more than a bunch of bullshit. Now, let's keep on going here. I stopped here at verse 5, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, so a pair of balances in his hand. All right, then he said, I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts saying, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 morsels of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil in the wine. Now think about that, my brothers and sisters. Now does that make any sense to you at all, living in the age that we live in now? What in the fuck we talking about some barley for? What do we see? Because barley and wheat was the number one grain and substance in that time. So that's all he could talk about. I mean, this here, like I say, all I ask you to do is just think just a little bit and just think about the time that we live in now. This is nothing but bullshit. Now look what it says here. 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil nor the wine. And when he had opened the 4th seal, I heard a voice of the 4 beasts saying, come and see. And I looked and beheld a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the 4 parts of the earth, to kill with swords, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Now, my brothers and sisters, just like I said before, all I ask you to do, just think. Now, he talking about this horse, this pale horse, talking about death and hell, and then they're going to be killing with the sword. Why did he say a sword? Why he didn't say SR-15 or AK-47 or even lasers? Why he didn't say things like that? You know why? Because he couldn't see that fucking far in the future, so he talked about bullshit that he wasn't familiar with. Now, let's think about this right here now. He's saying that death. And he said, and verse 8 says, and I looked and beheld a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. Let's stop right there, okay? Come on, let's go now. I'm gonna prove to you how fucked up this bullshit is. Like I say, this shit makes me so angry until I just hate to teach it, but I have to, because I have been given a job to. This here is so disturbing. I mean, it really makes me sick to even deal with this bullshit here. I mean, and the Christians, they can't even see it. I mean, they just look at this and, oh, my ass, this is nothing but bullshit. And I'm going to show you. Now, come on, let's go to 1 Corinthians. Now, he say death, right? Death is sitting on this horse. Am I right or wrong? I'm right. Now, let's go to 1 Corinthians here. Now, watch this right here. I'm going to show you. In their own book. That's the part that kills me. I mean, I just beat them up with their own damn book. And they don't have no comeback. No comeback at all. All they do is just sit there and get mad because I'm telling them the truth. Now let's look at this here. 1 Corinthians 15. Let's read 55 down to 57. All right. Look what he says here. He says, "O death, where is your sting?" Huh? This is what y'all Lord and Savior said. This is what Paul said that he told him on the road to Damascus, or whatever that bullshit was. But anyway, look what he says. "O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thank be to God which giveth us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ." Now, so in other words, Jesus defeated death and the grave. That's what they always say. But how can you defeat death and the grave over here, and then over here in Revelation, he's riding a fucking horse? How stupid is that? I mean, my brother and sister, I know you guys see it, but I'm trying to show the Christians, how can y'all believe this bullshit? He say he defeated death. Do you guys know what defeat means? Let's keep on going. Let's go to Colossians. Now watch this right here. I mean, it's right here in their book. I am not changing anything. I'm only giving them what they taught me when I was in that bullshit for over 20 years. Now look at this bullshit here. Let's go to Colossians. We'll get in a minute. Let me get my pages here. Colossians. Here we are. We got it. Colossians, the 2nd chapter here. Now look at, this is y'all writing. This is the Christians writing. This is all y'all hope. This is y'all salvation. This is y'all everything. Let's look at verse 15. It says, "And having spoiled principalities and power, he who, talking about Jesus, made a show of them openly, triumphantly over them in it." Talking about he nailed it all to the cross. He defeated death and the grave, and he showed it triumphantly over them. But now, if that being the case, how can death show up again over here riding a fucking horse? My brothers and sisters, as I always say, I always prove everything I say. I mean, the Most High, he just shows us stuff here. I mean, sometimes it seems like it's too easy. I mean, here they are, all their hope is in this right here because Jesus died and all of our sins are taken care of, and he defeated death, you know, and the grave, and then we gonna be saved and we gonna be resurrected and all this bullshit. That ain't nothing but bullshit. I'm telling you, y'all been duped. Y'all have no hope. Y'all been fooled. I mean, I'm showing you right in the pages. Now let's keep on going here. And let's go back to Revelation chapter 6. We're gonna be over there all day. All day. We're gonna be over there all day. Revelation chapter 6. So y'all keep your hand on it. We're gonna be over there all day. Now let's look at verses. Let's look at verse 9 and 10. And look what it says here. It says, "And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimony which they held." Now stop right there. Now my question is different now. Obadiah, Malachi, Zechariah, Zephaniah, none of them guys ever knew Jesus. Ever knew Jesus. Nothing about him. But let's keep on going. See, I keep on telling you guys, if you don't go back You'll never know the truth. Now let's keep on going here. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, doest thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwelleth upon the earth? Now, he's talking about the old patriarchs, right? He's not talking about any of you Christians. None of you Christians that ever died in Jesus, he is not talking about y'all here. See, because none of you guys ever held the word of the Most High. Y'all believe in Jesus. Now, but let's go here to Zechariah. Let's go to real quick. Let's see, can we find that real quick. Let's go to Zechariah here real quick. Let me find that. Get my pages here. Zechariah. What did I want? Zechariah, the first chapter. Now watch my brother and sister. We're going to read verses 11 and 12, all right? Look what he says. Now remember what he said over there, didn't he? Let me go back there so I can revert back to it so I can show you exactly what kind of bullshit this is. Now he says here now, they cried with a loud voice saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true? They did, doest thou judge the avenger of our blood on them that dwelleth upon the earth? Now, if you think about it, if these old patriarchs, I never recall any of the old patriarchs ever being slaughtered unless the Most High did it. The Most High always took care of his people. Only when they disobeyed, they died a horrible death. So how can he say avenge somebody here that's on the earth? Not only that, when that happened before Jesus even occurred, right? So these individuals cannot be living now for Jesus to avenge them. They can't be living. Do y'all see what I'm saying? How can they still be on the earth and the old patriarchs died thousands of years ago? That doesn't make any sense at all. But anyway, let's go back over to, like I said, let's go back over to Zechariah. Let's read Zechariah, the 11 and 12. Look what it says here. Well, let's back up to 9. It says, Then said I, O my Lord, small L, talking about the angel that he's talking with. If you go back and read all of it, you'll see that there were 3 men and whatnot, and then the angel was talking with him and whatnot. But anyway, let's start here at verse 9. It says, What are these? The angel that talked with me and said unto me, I will show thee what these be. And the man that stood among the myrtle tree answered and said, These are they which the Lord has sent walking to and fro through the earth. Now y'all know that Satan over in Job, he told the Most High that he was walking, he was on patrol, and he was walking to and fro in the earth, up and down in it. Now Satan has individuals that is up under him. It is structured. The Most High is structured. His army is structured more or less. The way the world is structured, their armies, they got it from the Most High. So Satan has individuals that are up under him. Okay, they on patrol. They're walking up and down in the earth. Now let's keep on going. And they answered the angel of the Lord that stood among the myrtle trees, and said, We have walked to and fro through the earth, and behold, they looked. All the earth sitteth still, and is at rest. Okay? Then the angel of the Lord answered and said, O Lord of hosts, how long wilt thou not have mercy upon Jerusalem and upon the city of Judah? Now let me stop right there. Over in Revelation it says they cried. But here you see only the angel. The angel asked the Most High question. But over in Revelation, he talking about all these are the souls of them that died. They're nothing but bullshit. Nothing but a lie. It's right in the pages I'm showing you. The angels is having a conversation with the Most High. How long will you not have mercy on Jerusalem and on the city of Judah, against which thou hast had indignation these 70 years? Not somebody else. The Most High is the one that is punishing them. See that? So how can one over here in Revelation talking about the souls of them, the blood of them that is well, let's go back and read. Let me go back and look at it again, because I want to be on point. You know what I mean? Now let's look at it again. He said, "How long, O Lord, holy and true, doest thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwelleth upon the earth?" That's then and now. Not that this happened back here, but that's then and now. How can that be? We're in two different eras. It doesn't make sense to me at all. We're in two different time eras. Back here with Zephaniah, then here you talking about this is to come. This is a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, let's go back over here to Zechariah, and let's go ahead and read 13. It says, And the Lord answered the angel that talked with me with good words and comfortable words. Okay, I'm not gonna read it all, but I want you guys to go ahead and finish reading on down to verse 21, and then you guys will get an idea of what's transpiring here. The Most High have came back and turned back to them to have mercy on them, and then He's going to deal with those that afflicted them. But there is no way this and this can you put these two together. You can't. They are two different eras, two different people, two different conversations. I mean, the angel is here talking, and then over here is talking about they talking, they crying. It doesn't make sense to me at all. But anyway, let's keep on going here. Let's go to Revelation 6. Let's go back there. Let's read verse 11. It says, And white robes was given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Now my questions, do y'all see what this is saying? Do y'all see what this is saying? Now this doesn't make any sense at all. These people here have been dead, I don't know how long over here in Zechariah. But here he talks about your fellow brethren should be killed the same way you were. Now does that make any sense at all? Hell no, it doesn't. But anyway, let's keep on going. Let's look at Zechariah the 3rd chapter. Let's go to Zechariah the 3rd chapter. Let's look at verses 1 through 3. Look what it said. And he showed me Josiah. See, because they talk about Satan and this and that, and talking about now let's look at this again before I go over there. He says here in Revelation 6, he talks about, in verse 11 he says, And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little moment. Now, I'm going to deal with the robes. Now, the Christians think that this is what they're going to be dressed in robes. Didn't nobody put a robe on back in those days but a priest and a king. Nobody else. Now, let's go here. I'm going to show you now. Let's go back over to the 3rd chapter of Zechariah. Now let's look at this right here, because this is one that we talked about on last week, or week 4 last year. It says, talking about Satan, and he showed me Josiah the high priest, Who is he talking about? The high priest. All right. Look what he says. The high priest before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand. Okay, we're going to bypass that. We're going to get on over here. And we're going to see here where Josiah, verse 3 says, and now Josiah was clothed with filthy garments and stood before. All right, verse 4 says, and he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, behold, I have caused the iniquity to pass by thee. And then he said, I will clothe thee with a change of raiment. And let's get on down here. And he said, let me set firmer, okay, in clothes with garments. And the angel of the Lord stood, and the angel, okay. But anyway, we see here that what I want to bring out here is the high priest, Josiah. All right. Now I'm going to show you here. Let's go here to Exodus. Now I'm going to show you who have on a robe. Now Josiah is a high priest, right? Now let's go to Exodus 28. Now watch it right here. Now I'm going to prove what I say. Now Josiah is the high priest. Now let's look at Exodus 28. Let's look at verse 4. All right. And look what it says. And these are the garments. That we in Exodus 28, 4. It says, and these are the garments which thou shalt make a breastplate and an ephod and a robe, and a border coat, a merit and a girdle, and they shall make holy garments for Aaron and his son. See that? That they may minister unto me in the priesthood. All right. Now we see here now that Aaron and his sons, they were high priests. But look what they had on. They had on robes. Now because that is their clothes that they had on. Robes. They used to have on skirts, but the Most High changed and told them, no, I want you to have on robes, so that we won't see your nakedness. All right, now let's go here a little further. Let's jump down to verse 31. Now we're still in 28. It's 28. Let's look at verse 31 through 34. Now look what he says here. He says, in 31 he says, and thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all of blue, and there shall be an hole in the top of it, in the midst thereof. It shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it was a whole of a hairbag, whatever that word is, that it be not rent. And beneath upon the hem of it thou shalt make pomegranates of blue and of purple and of scarlet round about the hem thereof, and bells of gold between them round about, and a gold bell, and a pomegranate of gold bells, and a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe round about. So we see that the apparel of the high priest is to have a robe on. But here you see in Revelation, all these motherfuckers got robes on. Unless you are Aaron's sons, you can't have no robe on. But see, Jesus have fooled y'all that he had made all the Christians priests and kings. You have a royal priesthood. And that couldn't be further from the truth. But anyway, let's keep on going here. And now let's look at Exodus 29. Let's look at verse 5. Thou shalt take the garment and put upon Aaron the coat and the robe of the ephod, and the ephod and the breastplate, and gird him with the girdle of the ephod. Now we see here again, Aaron has a robe on. Only a robe and a king and maybe the prophets had a robe on. Nobody else. But like I asked the question, how can all these individuals over here and then talk about their brethren and all of them have on robes? It's virtually impossible. My brothers and sisters writing the pages. But let's keep on going here. Let's go to Exodus 39. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. Exodus 39. Let's look at verse 22. Look what it says here. It says, and he made the robe of the ephod of woven work, all of blue. See that? The robe. Now let's go here a little further. Let's go to the book of Leviticus. And let's see what we can find in here. The book of Leviticus. Let's look at Leviticus, the 8th chapter. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. We're gonna look at something here in the 8th chapter of Leviticus. Let's look at chapter 8. Let's look at verse 7. 6 and 7. It says, and Moses brought Aaron and his sons, and washed them with water. And he put upon them the coat, and girded him with the girdle, and clothed him with the robe. See that? So, like I said, there is no way that the Christians are gonna have robes on. How can he change the Most High's program? They gotta be out of their mind. But anyway, let's keep on going here. Let's go back to Revelations. Let's read verses 11 again here. We can read 11 through 16. Okay, look what it says now. It says, and 11 through 16. All right, we read 11. Let's read 12. He said, and beheld, when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great quake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. All right, we're going to keep on going here. All right, yeah, we're gonna keep on going down to verse 17. It says, and the heavens departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place. The kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in dens and in the mountains of rocks, and said unto the mountain and the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth upon the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall abide to stand? Now, my brothers and sisters, this is loaded. Now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to decipher this thing. All right. Let's start up here with verse 12. He talks about the moon and the sun and all this right here, right? And the stars falling from heaven. All right. Now, my brothers and sisters, if you go back and look at the Old Testament, they stole part of this stuff from over in the Old Testament, and I'm going to show it to you. Now he says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And first of all, the heaven is God's throne. That's where God dwells. How can the heaven be, departing away, going away and whatnot? But not only that, let's look at something else. The kings of the earth in verse 15. The great men and the rich men and the chief captains. Can't you see, my brother and sister, that his mind was only back in that time? Can't you see that his vision did not go beyond the time that he lived in? How can that apply to us today? There are not a lot of kings. There are not. It's still some kings over there, but mostly every other place they got leaders and presidents. and monarchs and whatnot. They don't. They got kings in different places, but not like they had in this time here. In all these places that have these so-called kings, they're not a power nation. They're not. Honestly, they are allies of America and allies of Russia, stuff like that. But they're not a powerhouse. They are nothing. But they got themselves a little king because they're following the tradition that was handed down to them many, many years ago. But my brothers and sisters, if you look at the writing, you can see here clearly that the individual, he was looking at the era that he lived in that time when he was writing this bullshit. This here will not play in the modern age of technology that we live in today. This here does not jive with that. It doesn't. All you gotta do is just think about it. It doesn't take much, but like I say, if you don't think about it and then you allow somebody else to do your thinking for you, then they can plant any kind of bullshit in your head. But this here does not jive with the time that we live in today. If Jesus is supposed to come. And another thing to the Christians, y'all religion came from the Catholic Church. The Pope already have told you guys that Jesus is not coming back. But you guys still want to hold on to a hopeless religion, to a hopeless God. Jesus is not coming back. Jesus ain't shit. Listen, let me tell y'all something. If I really believed that Jesus was who he thought he was, do y'all guys think that I would be talking the way that I'm talking now? No, I wouldn't. When I was a Christian, I was afraid. But once I found out the truth, it made me so fucking angry. It made me furious. But I had to go down that road because the Most High carried me down that road. But I was shitty when I found out all the time, all the money I dumped into a fucking barrel that had holes in it. But anyway, let's keep on going here. Look what it says here in the latter part of verse 15 in Revelation chapter 6. It says, every man of every free man hid themselves in the dens and in rocks of the mountain, and said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us, hide us from the face of him that sitteth upon the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Now, my brothers and sisters, that couldn't be further from the truth. Jesus does not have any power. Jesus is not coming back to bring no judgment on nobody. Nobody about nothing, about nothing. And like I say, I'm going to show you here in the Most High's holy word. Now let's go to the book of see, because we have to see with our own eyes. Let's go to the book of Micah. Let me see, can I find? I got my pages here kind of messed up. Let's go here and let me find Micah. Now I'm gonna show you here, my brothers and sisters. Jesus ain't got no damn power. Jesus ain't gonna do a damn thing. He can't do nothing. He's not a God. Neither is he the Most High Son. I say the same thing over and over and over and over. And they still will come to the page and start talking all kind of bullshit about, Lord in the Greek means husband. Listen, my brothers and sisters, they say some of the stupidest ass bullshit. If they would just think about what they're saying. We live in Western civilization. I don't give a damn what it says in the Greek. I tell you what, if they ask you, do you have a landlord? And you say, well, in the Greek it says that, that means husband. Know what they're going to say? They're going to hit that damn button. Denied, you ain't getting the damn thing back. Now, take that in the Greek. That is some of the stupidest ass bullshit. They come with some stupid ass shit. Here we are in Western civilization. Well, it means that in the Greek. Oh man, I tell you, sometimes I say I tell them to read up. I don't even want to read it. But anyway, let's go here. I'm gonna show you that the Most High is the only one that's gonna bring judgment. Jesus can't bring judgment to nobody about nothing. Now let's look here in the book of Micah. Let's look at Micah 7. Let's read from verse 15 on down to verse 20. Look what it says. According to the days of that coming out of the land of Egypt. See that? The Most High always go back. Because who he's talking to? His own people. He said, will I show unto him marvelous things? The nations shall see and be confounded at all their might. They shall say their hand upon their mouths, their ears shall be deaf. Like that. He said, they shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like worms on the earth. They shall be afraid of the Lord our God. Not Jesus. Not him and Jesus. Not him and Jesus, but only the Most High. It's right in the pages. But Jesus always insert himself in there talking about he going to bring judgment on who and how. Now let's keep on going here. He says, who is God like unto thee? See that? Now Jesus said, well, he like the Father. No, he's not. Now let's keep on going here. That pardons iniquity. See that? Jesus can't pardon no fucking iniquity. Jesus can't forgive no sin. Jesus can't do nothing. It's the Most High. Look what he says. And passes by the transgressions of the remnant of what? His heritage. I keep on telling y'all. It's the bloodline. It is the bloodline. It is not no damn grafting in. It is his heritage. His inheritance. That's all. Nobody else. And look what he says here now. He asked the question. He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. He will turn again. See that? He will have compassion on us. This is back then, not now. This is Old Testament, not New Testament. This is Old Testament. Look what he says on us. Who? Israel, his people, his chosen people. That's who he's talking about. Now let's keep on going here. He will subdue our iniquity. See that? Not the world. Not the world. Ours. Look what he says. And thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. Thou wilt perform the truth to Jacob. See that? And the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers with an S from the days of old. The Most High has to honor that he said to our fathers way back there. Now my question is, how in the hell did the Christians get into this? How? They listen, it is virtually impossible. You cannot get in this unless it's the bloodline. Now let's keep on going here. Now let's go to Joel, because we want to show you here about the day of the Lord. Now we talked about this here on the other week. Now let's look at Joel 2:31. Look what it says. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes. See that? Now look what he says here. He says, it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord has said, and in the remnant. Not the world. It's right there in the pages. And in the remnant, whom the Lord shall call. Huh? So y'all can listen to the bullshit about Jesus saying, whosoever will call upon the name of the Lord. See, Jesus is talking to an audience over there. But see, Joel is talking to the audience of God's true people, the Hebrew Israelites. Nobody else. I mean, y'all need to, if y'all can't see this, something is wrong with you. It's right here in the pages. I mean, I'm not making up anything. If you can't understand this right here, something is wrong with your head. Now let's keep on going here. Let's look at Isaiah 13. Now let's go there real quick. Let's go to Isaiah 13. Now watch him, my brothers and sisters. Isaiah chapter 13. Let's look at verses 9 and 10. It says, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Did it say Jesus? This is the point that I want to make. I know that it was done back in that day that he done this, but do you see Jesus here with him anywhere at all? That's the point that I'm stressing. The Most High is the only one. Nobody else is going to judge nobody. Now let's keep on going here. Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 46. Jeremiah 46. Let's look at Jeremiah 46. Let's look at verse 10. It says, for this is the day of the Lord God of hosts, not Jesus, a day of vengeance, that he may avenge him of his adversary. And the sword shall devour, and it shall be stated, meaning the state of a situation, and made drunk with their blood. For the Lord God of hosts hath a sacrifice in the north country by the river Euphrates. Is Jesus with him? No. The Most High says he will not share his glory with nobody. The point that I'm stressing, the Most High is by himself. Jesus ain't helping him do nothing. Now let's keep on going. Let's go to Job. Yeah, let's go to Job here. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. Job. Let's go to Job chapter 20. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. Job chapter 20. Let's read verse 28 and 29. It says, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Talking about the wicked. This is the portion of a wicked man from God. Not from Jesus, from God. I keep on telling you guys, everything comes from the Most High. Ain't no devil doing nothing. Ain't Jesus ain't doing nothing. If Satan does anything, the Most High tells him to do it. The Most High is the one that's ruling. Y'all got y'all hope in Jesus. Y'all been duped. I'm telling you. Now let's keep on going here. He says, the wicked man. The Most High says, what reward the wicked man has coming to him, I'm going to give it to him. Ain't no devil. It ain't Jesus. But I'm going to give it to him. That's right in the pages. He say, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. Not by Jesus. Not by the devil. By the Most High. It's all about the Most High God. Jesus ain't shit. I keep on saying it. His mama ain't shit. The whole New Testament ain't nothing but a bunch of bullshit. Now let's keep on going here. Let's go and look at Isaiah. What I'm on? Let's go to Zephaniah 3. Let's go to Zephaniah 3. Zephaniah 3. Okay, let's go back this way here. Look past Joel. All right, Zephaniah Zephaniah chapter 3. Okay, my brothers and sisters, let's read verses 8 and 9. And look what it says. Therefore wait on me, saith the Lord. Until the day that I raise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation. See that? Even all my furious anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with fire of my jealousy. See that, my brothers and sisters? It's right in the pages. I ain't making this up. Now let's read verses 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one concept. See that? I keep on telling them, well, I'm speaking Hebrew. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're speaking. No, you're speaking Yiddish, Shiddish. No, you're not speaking Hebrew. The Most High said he gonna give us a language. That's why I keep on telling you guys. There are so many of them out there. They're saying all kinds of bullshit. The Most High is not telling them anything. And they just going by just saying shit, and then people just glopping to them, paying them. I mean, they just ripping them off. I mean, just taking all the hard-earned money. I seen one here a couple weeks back talking about the Passover meal is $100 for a family. Now, my brothers and sisters, I don't want to get off the lesson, but if you read the Old Testament, where at in the Old Testament that the priests or any of them charge for a Passover meal? Can't y'all guys see that you got shysters and crooks out there? I mean, if y'all be that damn gullible, they gonna take you. They gonna take you. I mean, if it's a Passover meal from the Most High, that is the time when we come together. Not when I got to pay you. Since you want to do the Passover meal, won't you provide it? Huh? Didn't the Most High provide the Passover meal for all the children of Israel when they was coming out of Egypt? He told Moses, go and tell all of them. Go tell all of them to get a Passover. Go in their house and shut the door. And told them what to do, where to dap the blood at and whatnot. The Most High, he provided that for them. But you got these individuals out here that they want to say that they're priests and they putting on all this bullshit and then just robbing people blind. And they falling for the okadoke shit instead of going trying to read and for themselves. If you're Hebrew, I mean, go and look in the Old Testament and ask the Most High to show you. But anyway, let's get on back to our lesson. Let's look at Isaiah chapter 2. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 2. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. I mean, I've never seen anything like that in my whole life. Isaiah chapter 2 verse 12. They just take people money. Okay, it says, for the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up. See that? And he shall be bought low. And that's the Christians. All the Christians are talking about, I can speak this and I can speak that and I can do this and I can do that. I'm going to think positive and I'm going to change this. And I keep on telling them over and over, y'all can't change nothing. How can you change something that you had nothing to do with? In other words, do you not know that you had nothing to do with it being that way? But yet and still, you're going to change it. Here is an invisible force that made something this way, and here you are visible. You're going to change it back to another way that you want it. Do y'all guys see how disrespectful that is toward the Most High? I mean, I get so sick and tired. I'm going to change this and we going to change. How can you change something that was here when you got here? It's not yours. The Most High says the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. He said, I made all of them. He said, I made the world and the earth and those that dwell thereon. I made that. You didn't make it. But yet still, you're going to change something. And don't even realize how disrespectful you are toward the Most High. Don't even see it. Because of Western civilization teaching. You're not in tune with the Most High. Now let's keep on going here. We're in Isaiah. I did say chapter 2, didn't we? We read verse 11. 12. We read verse 12. Okay, let's go a little further here. Let's go back to the book of okay, let's go to for time's sake, let's go to Jeremiah 30. Let's go to Jeremiah 30. Watch it, my brothers and sisters. Jeremiah chapter 30. Watch this right here. I hate to pass over anything because I got so much. Jeremiah chapter 30. Let's look at verses 6, 7, and 8. It says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Now let's read verse 8. It says, For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off of his neck, and will bust the bands, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. See that? And that's what the Most High is going to do. There's going to come a day when the strangers will not do what they want to do with us. They will not have free reign and free run over us to do us in all kinds of ways. As the Rib stated, in the teaching on the other night. I mean, there was some very, very, very good things that she brought up in there. About how they put the drugs in our neighborhood. And how they did back in the 50s. They put syphilis, into the black man. To study him to see what kind of effect it would have on him. But there is a reckoning day for all those things. One has to realize, if they all believe in what they say, what they call karma, there is a day that you got to pay for what you did. I mean, life just doesn't go on, and then you think, well, it's water up on the bridge, and then, well, no. Someday you're gonna see it, If you don't see it, it's gonna be your children. And if they don't see it, it's going to be your children. Somewhere down the line, you will be revisited with the same thing, if not worse. Now let's keep on going here. We're in Jeremiah chapter 30. We read that. Okay, let's go to Isaiah 14. Let's go to my brothers and sisters. Isaiah 14. We got quite a bit of scriptures that I want to talk about. Isaiah chapter 14. Let's look at verses 26 and 27. It says, For the Lord of hosts has purpose, and he shall disannul it, and his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? It didn't say Jesus' hand. It said the Most High's hand. The Most High is the only one. He is the true and living God. I don't know why one cannot see this. I mean, it's beyond me. Now let's keep on going. Because I got quite a bit more we want to talk about. Let's look at Isaiah 23. Let's go there real quick. Isaiah 23. Let's look at verses 9. It said the Lord of hosts has purposed it to stand. the pride of all glory, and to bring into contempt all the honorables of the earth. Y'all know what contempt mean? That means that one that came against, one that I don't believe that, and it's like when one charged with one contempt of court. You don't want to come up under the authority of the Most High. You don't want to listen to what the Most High says. He says he gonna bring all of them into contempt. That's why I stress ones that come to this page. You don't know who you're playing with. Neither do you understand who or what are you playing with. This is not a game. This is not a joke. And I tell them all the time, if you disagree with it, just keep on moving, keep on stepping. You don't have to come here. You don't. There's many of them out there, that are saying all kind of bullshit. I mean, go and gravitate toward them. But we here, our sisters and brothers here, we're all together. We're all family. We're all on one heartbeat. We're all looking at the same words. We're all listening to the same teaching. We all believe in the same God, the Most High. Now let's keep on going here. We're at Isaiah 23:9. Okay, let's go here a little further. Let's go next page to Isaiah 24:1. Look what it says. Behold, the Lord, maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down. Nobody else. The Most High. The Most High, He is the one that does everything. I said over and over and over and over. I never changed. Know why? Because I know what He did to me. I could never stop doing what I'm doing because of what He did to me. The things that He have done in my life. I know that He is real. And I'm very much afraid of Him. Now let's keep on going there. He says, and scattered abroad the inhabitants thereof. Most High. Nobody else. Ain't no devil. The Most High, he's the one that's doing it all. Now let's look at Isaiah 26. Let's go here a little further. Isaiah 26, let's look at verse 21. It says, for behold, the Lord cometh out of His place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. See that? Her slain. Not Jesus, the Most High. The Most High is the one that's going to do all this. Not Jesus. So all you that have y'all trust in Jesus, about Jesus going to do this, and Jesus going to do that, y'all been duped. Y'all been bamboozled. Y'all been tricked. Y'all been all of those names. Now let's go a little further here. Let's look at Isaiah 26. We did that one. Let's look at Isaiah 37. Isaiah 37. Let's go real quick, my brothers and sisters. Isaiah 37. Let's look at verses 14. It says, and Hezekiah received a letter from the hand of a messenger and read it. And Hezekiah went up unto the house of the Lord, and spread it before the Lord. And Hezekiah prayed unto the Lord, saying, O Lord of hosts, God of Israel, that dwelleth between the chamberlains, thou art God, even thou alone. Nobody. See, that's why I keep on telling you guys. The old patriarchs knew nothing about Jesus. Nothing. Now, if Jesus was coming, why are the old patriarchs telling the Most High that He is the only one? Now, they want to say that Isaiah speaks about Him, but how can Isaiah speaks about Him? And in Isaiah it says over and over, there's the only one God. There's none besides me. I am God and there's none. Before me there was none, neither will any come after me. I mean, Isaiah is saying all this right here. Then they want to say that Isaiah is talking about Jesus. They got to be out of their damn mind. He keeps on saying, there's none besides me. I mean, that means that there is no one else. Nor is anyone else coming. Now let's keep on going. We're chapter 37, verse 14. Let's move on down here to verse 16 now. It says, O Lord of hosts, God of Israel. Okay, we read that one. Look what he says in 17. He says, incline thine ears, O Lord, and hear. Open thine eyes, O Lord, and see. And hear all the words of Sennacherib, which has sent to reproach the living God. Of a truth, Lord, the kings of Assyria have laid waste all the nations and their countries, and have cast their gods into the fire. Now y'all Christian, listen. For they were no gods, but the work of man's hands. Y'all walking around with that cross around your neck, talking about carrying the cross. But y'all ain't number fools. And look what he says here. Wood and stone. Therefore they have destroyed them. Now therefore, O Lord, our God, save us from his hand, that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that thou art the Lord, even thou only. See that? Now, if Hezekiah would have known anything about Jesus, don't you think he would say something here? But no, he never mentioned Jesus' name. Like I said, always, none of the old patriarchs ever named Jesus at any time. Not one time. Not one time. Now let's keep on going here. Let's go back to Revelation chapter 21. Let's go over here, my brothers and sisters. Now I'm going to show you guys something. I know I'm jumping ahead of myself, but I'm just going to get one verse out of chapter 21, and then we're going to leave the rest of it for another day, because we got to do chapter 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to come on down to verse 21, to chapter 21. But I'm going to get one verse out of here, just to prove a point. Let's look at Revelation chapter 21. Let's look at verses 4. It says, and God shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall they be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Now, why would he say God is going to take away death? I thought he already took care of death. I mean, honestly, my brothers and sisters, writing the pages. But what they do is that they went and took bits and pieces from the Old Testament and come over here and then write them a book. But anytime the Most High says something pertaining to this, he was only talking about his people. Now I'm going to show you. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 25. I'm watching my brothers and sisters. Isaiah chapter 25. Isaiah chapter 25. Let's read verses 8 and 9. 25. Now look what he says here. He will swallow up death, who? The Most High, in victory. And the Lord God will wipe away the tears from off all faces. Talking about Israel. And rebuke of his people. Not the world. Anytime the Most High is talking about doing anything good over here, he's talking about his own people. He's not talking about the world. I told you they stole it. Now let's keep on going. He says, of his people shall he take away. His people, not the world, his people, that he would take away from off all the earth. For the Lord has spoken it. It shall come to, and it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our God. Right in the pages. Right in the pages. So you Christians, how in the hell can y'all get back here? That's my question. I don't give a damn what Jesus said over there in Revelation. How can y'all get back here in Isaiah? Because you are not his people back here. And he didn't change his mind. Now let's keep on going. We have waited, huh? How can y'all wait? How can y'all wait on him and y'all didn't even know him? Y'all know Jesus. He's talking to his people. His people have waited. We have waited who? His people? For him. And he will save us, not the world. This is the Lord. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. And right there in the pages. Right there in the pages. So y'all thinking Jesus, no, the Most High and Jesus ain't doing a damn thing for y'all. Jesus have tricked y'all. Now let's go a little further here. Let's go to Isaiah 49. Watch this right here, my brother and sister. Isaiah 49. Let's read verses 14 through 16. Now look what it says here. He says, but Zion saith, the Lord hath forsaken me. Huh? And my Lord has forgotten me. Now look what he says here now. Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, huh? They may forget. Huh? I say they might forget. But let's keep on reading. That's not the end of the story. And look what he said. Yet will I not forget thee. See that? Most I say, I'm not going to forget Israel. No. I don't give a damn what happened. He said everything else up there, all of that I have created, I destroy all that shit first before I forget rid of Israel. He said, no. Look what he says here. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palm of my hand. Huh? Thy wells are continued before me. What I say, every time I look at my hand, I see you. I never forget you. I will never forget you. Well, it's right in the pages now. Let's go a little further here now. He says, let's read verse 16 again. He said, behold, I have graven thee upon the palm of my hand. Thy wells are continually before me. The Most High I'll never forget you. In Israel, I'm telling you, you don't have to worry. I stress to you guys all the time, you don't have to worry. Even though we may be going through a lot of shit that is painful, look, that's just part of it. That's not all of it. That's not the end of it. Even if one start running a race and he start feeling bad, he's still running the race. But he keep on running, you'll come to the finish line. Just keep on running. So my brothers and sisters, we wish that this had been a very, very informative message, and we thank you guys for allowing us to come into your homes. We praise the Most High for all that he have done for us and that he's doing for us, for his divine protection. We just praise the Most High for all the little things, and the good things, even for our health and our strength and our well-being. We just praise him because the Most High, he is good. And no matter what we may be going through, just keep your eye on the Most High. The same way you came in it, there's a way out. And guess what? He knows the way out. That's why I stress all the time, you did not put yourself in your situation. The Most High says, over in Isaiah, I forget what chapter it is, but he says, I declare the end from the beginning. And he says, I do as my pleasure. I may not be quoting it exactly right, but my brothers and sisters, the Most High already knows what your beginning and end is going to be. All you doing is just playing a part. That's all. Just like he got good and evil, he plays those. I mean, you can't get away from it. That's a part of the game. So my brothers and sisters, until next time, our next midweek teaching and our next Sabbath, shalom.